All right, sports fans, we're here with Coach Jeff Johnson, baseball coach and athletic director at Chipola College. And Coach, there's no crying in baseball, and there's no spring break in baseball. What do we got coming up this week?
Well, coming up this week, we've had our open bye week in our conference, and we travel down to Broward. We're going to travel tomorrow, which is Thursday, and we play Friday, a single game, 1 to 9 inning game down on Friday night at 5 o'clock, and then a doubleheader on Saturday, and then we'll travel back on. Now,
why
Saturday
are you
night.
going all the way to Fort Lauderdale to play Broward?
Well, you know what? We had open bye week, and they were the only team I could find that had open week as well. And he wanted to play, and he did promise me to come play us here the next 2 years in a row. So,
Great.
It's going to be an 8.5 hour trip down, which we're not looking forward to.
Right,
But they've got a very good team, a quality club this time. We like to play good people. They're 20-5, and I think ranked number 2 or 3 in the state right now. And it'll be a good challenge for us
Right.
as well.
Keep us hot. We've played 4 conference games.
Yes.
And we're 3-1.
Yeah, we're 3-1. We played Tallahassee to open our conference schedule, and we got this new thing we started 2 years ago. We play a 4-game set. We played 2 games on Tuesday and Thursday, and this time was at our place, and then the doubleheader at the opposing team's place on Saturday. We won the first 2 that were here. We lost the first game of the doubleheader on Saturday. We were leading 2-1 in the 5th, and our bullpen kind of blew it for us a little bit there, and we didn't probably score as many runs as we should have, and then came back and won the final game 5-1 Saturday afternoon.
Great. So off to a good start. We travel to Pensacola on Tuesday and Thursday of spring break, March 20th and 22nd.
Yep, next week we'll travel to Pensacola Tuesday and Thursday, and then we'll come back and have a doubleheader here on Saturday. And it's just where we do it this way the first series. So we take all 4 of the opponents and we'll play them for 1 full week, which will be 4 games. And the second rotation will go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And we'll have 2 games left, so it'll be Monday, Wednesday with a certain team, and then we'll rotate to the next team for the second rotation. So that's the way we're doing it this year. I kind of like it. It's we're getting 4 games in 3 days versus 4 games in 4 days. And I think the wear and tear of 3 days versus 4 days is a lot better on our kids.
That's great. So Saturday, the 24th, March the 24th at 1 o'clock, we'll be hosting Pensacola.
We will,
here.
and we're in the doubleheader host, so we won't have a midweek game the following week either. Then we go to Northwest Florida on Tuesday, Thursday that week, and we got Northwest Florida here on the Saturday. So there's not going to be as many home games that have been being, but when we have one, we'd like to see a lot of people come out.
So want to reiterate March 24th Saturday doubleheader with Pensacola starting at 1 o'clock. Coach, let's talk about some of the standout players you've got on your team this year. Andrew Grogan on the mound, off to a great start, 4-0.
Andrew's done a great job for us so far, and being the only returning sophomore pitcher we had off last year's team, and he signed early with the University of North Carolina, and he's just taking it to another level this year, and he's 4-0 and 1 save, got a save this past weekend for us, and just needs to continue to pitch like he has for the rest of the year for us.
Right, fantastic. Want to talk about some of your leading hitters. Max Guzman, returning from last year, the catcher, was a little gimpy in the shoulder lately, but batting .478, got 7 home runs already.
Yeah, Max had a little injury before the Tallahassee series. He dove after a ball and bruised his shoulder pretty bad, and we sat him the first 3 games of that series, and he was driving me batty in the dugout to play and said he was fine. We let him play the final game, and thank goodness we did. We ended up winning that game. He had a couple hits in it as well. So it was kind of hard to sit him out, but we felt like for long term we needed to do that. But he's swinging the bat extremely well. And Edmund American's doing a great job for us as well. Another returning guy. He and Max and Grogan are 3 guys who really were only 3 returning guys that played a lot last year for us. And Edmond is really getting better every game and can really run, brings a lot of speed to the table as well.
8 stolen bases already on the year.
He does, and he just needs to get more instincts on the bases as well, but he's got speed to burn.
And he's a center fielder?
He plays center field for us
so he's
as well.
covering a lot of ground out there in the outfield as well.
He does, and Francisco Urbaez is another guy who was a returner from last year, who was a part-time player for us, and I think he's hitting like 358 or something like that for us as well, hitting in the front of our order. And then Morgan McCullough, a transfer from the University of Oregon, who plays shortstop for us, is really coming on with the bat like he's supposed to be. He's been a little disappointed with how he's swinging it early, but he's really coming on well, not only playing a great shortstop for us, but hitting 3-4 hole for us.
Fantastic. And we had one other pitcher that we skipped over, Sanderson. What's his first name?
Philip Sanderson. Philip transferred from the University of Louisville in here, and he just committed early to University of North Carolina, Greensboro. It's close to home. He want to get back close to home. He's 4-0 for us this year, and he and Grogan have kind of been our stalwarts on the mound and our workhorses so far. And really pleased with how our Holloway kids thrown and Jose DeSayas has thrown for us, and both of those guys have thrown extremely well for us, and this past week, and hopefully we can continue to get good outings out of those guys as well.
Okay. Coach, the field's looking great as usual. I mean, spring's in the air. We've had a little rain. You got good fertilizer out there. It couldn't look any better than it does right now.
The field looks good. It got a little brown, a little yellow tint from this frost we've had, and we're talking about fertilizing a little bit more here lately. Coach Hendricks came to me this morning, as a matter of fact, wanting to put a little more fertilizer out to green it on up. But hopefully this cool weather will get out of here where the grass will stay green.
Okay, and a lot to do at the ball game. Comfortable seats. You can sit in the shade, or you can sit in the new right field club out on the deck and enjoy the sun.
You sure can, and it's just it's a great atmosphere, and it's a great brand of baseball as well. And just because a lot of people think junior college baseball into the level of Division I baseball, it's not that way in the Panhandle Conference. Like our softball and our men's and women's basketball programs, you got the same type of players you'd have at the Division I level here. And if you want to come out and watch a good brand of baseball, come out and watch it and enjoy it with us.
Cool. All right, Coach, let's talk a little bit now from your perspective as an athletic director. Again, one of the greatest seasons, one of the greatest years we've ever had in a long time, and it's looking like this season could turn out to be, a milestone as well.
Well, just really proud of Coach Campbell and the men's basketball team, the way they finished everything up. They had a little rough spot there in the conference where they lost a couple games in a row, and then ended up winning 5 of their last 6, and disappointed that the at-large committee didn't look at us a little harder than they did. I just think there's something to getting to the championship game, winning 2 games at the state tournament. The team, don't want to take anything away from Eastern Florida, but we beat those guys in the first round, and we're still playing, and Florida Southwestern gets a bye. I don't think people understand playing in the Panhandle Conference how tough it is to have a good record. And I don't want to get to a point where we're discouraging our teams from playing against good non-conference competition as well. And I think by what they're doing by just looking at records and not looking at who you beat and who you lost to, is you're encouraging teams to play a bad schedule.
Exactly.
And I don't think that's what we need to get into.
I don't think that's helpful.
But proud of how they finished the season and all that. They represented us very well. Northwest Florida had a heck of a team too. Like Coach said, we were only one of the one teams that beat them during the year as well, and we played them off their toes every game. And then you look at our softball team; they're 30-0 right now, and ranked number 1 in the country. In baseball, we're 20-7 right now. I think we're ranked number 4 in the country right now. So we just got to continue on in spring sports, and hopefully, in the year we can put some hardware up and put some trophies, some banners up somewhere.
Absolutely. All right, Coach. Well, anything else to add?
I don't think so.
All right, Coach. Well, come on out March 24th and see one of the best baseball teams in the country, the Chipola Indians.